Hello students, welcome to the video of Self-Directed Learning for Grade 4 Social Studies. Self-Directed Learning SDL is what this video will help you to self-study, that is study on your own, okay? And if there are doubts, of course, you can ask me in the lecture. So let's start. I'll share my screen first and then we will start with the chapter. So today's chapter is the 7th chapter, which is called Learn About Maps, okay? And in this particular chapter, we are going to learn much detail about maps and how maps are used for all of us and what are the advantages of maps. So let's start. This is the 7th chapter of your course book called Learn About Maps. It is a self-directed learning chapter. So please take a look at the video. Now, children, when you speak about maps, let me just firstly tell you that maps are very important in your day-to-day lives today. Earlier, when you have seen people, like if you've seen videos or cartoons or movies in which long years ago, people used to use maps on a piece of paper, right? There were people who made maps on a piece of paper. So cartographer, just for your information, a person who makes map is called a cartographer. So that person who makes map, they used to make it on a piece of paper earlier. And today, when the times have changed, digital maps, that is the GPS, you know, right? You can use Google Maps and reach places on the planet. So that is now taken a form of digital map. So people are actually still using maps, but it is just in the form of digital, right? So it is very important to have maps and understand maps and advantages of maps and everything. So this chapter is very important for you to go to next higher grade to build your base. Now we're going to learn about maps. So globes and maps are basically replicas of the earth. Now what do you mean by replica? Replica is a duplicate of earth. A duplicate. Replica means a duplicate. So when we make globe and map, we make a duplicate of the earth, but in smaller size, correct? So why are these things made? These things are actually made to study about various geographical features of the planet. Now, when I talk about geographical features, it means that geographical features are the physical aspects of your planet. Means geographically, what can you see? If there are mountains, if there are plateaus, plains, deserts, isthmus, islands, what water bodies are there? Geographical features also include the weather and the climate. So there are so many elements of earth. So to study these things, no, you all are going to need a globe or a map, all right? And we have studied in detail about physical features and landforms in chapter 6th. So that is what we are going to learn in chapter 7th as to why maps are important to study all of these things. All right. So this is a picture of a globe that you can see. Moving on to the other slide, maps and their types. Now children, let me tell you, to study maps, you need to know the types. And trust me, this chapter is very easy if you pay enough attention. Okay. So let's get started with the first type of map. Everybody needs to repeat after me that this is called political map. Everybody, come on. Political maps. Perfect. Now, this map shows boundaries. Boundaries means what? Border. Okay. So political map shows borders or boundaries of the country, continent, city, villages, and towns. So I've just attached a sample picture of a political map. If you see here, children, you all will be able to see that there are states of India shown, that is border of the states shown, that there's Mumbai city also shown here. So that means city is visible. Then we have countries, neighboring countries. So wherever you see a border of a country, state, continent, village, town, etc., this is your political map. Everybody understood? So in political map, you clearly will be able to see country, continent, city, village, town, etc. Okay. Moving on to the second type of a map, physical map. Everybody repeat, physical map. Second type of map, physical map. Repeat, second type of map, physical map. Correct. This shows different landforms such as mountains, valleys, plateaus, plains, coastal plains, deserts, water bodies, isthmus, and islands, everything. Okay. What is shown in blue is water, and what is shown in brown represents mountains. This is just an example. Okay. And plains are shown in green. That I'll show you later. I have a slide prepared for the same also ahead. But just understand that in political map, like I showed you in the previous slide, is your states, continents, etc. And in a physical map, children, whatever you have learned in chapter 6, all the landforms, right? Plateaus, valleys, mountains, etc. Everything are shown in a physical map. See, in the physical map, this map, that picture I've attached, you will not be able to understand exactly the state borders, but here you are able to understand that in the north we have given brown color. That means there is mountain ranges or mountains in the north. That is why. Now see, if you see the key here, that is a box here, what you will be able to see, brown is northern mountains, green is northern plains, sorry, light green is northern plains, yellow is Thar desert, then a little peach color is peninsula plateau, then coastal plains in another shade of green, and dark green is island. So these are your physical features. That is why it is presented in on a physical map. Next kind is thematic maps. Again, one of my personal favorites. Why? Because it is very, very interesting. Let's study. So third is thematic maps. What are you supposed to do? Repeat after me. All right, let's start. Third type of map, thematic map. Everybody come on, 5 times, okay? I'll wait for you. Third type of map, thematic maps. Everybody will say this 5 times, honestly. Okay, let's move ahead. This map shows specific things such as natural resources, industries, population, types of soils, climates, and crop production, and whatever. So in thematic map, thematic is basically what? Theme. Thematic is themes. So here in a picture, just we have taken sugarcane. Now wherever sugarcane production is there, see how these people see key. When you see key, children, key is one of the most important things in map marking. So when you see a key here, what they are showing? Sugarcane. So wherever they have marked this design, red color design, that means everywhere there is sugarcane fields. Okay, that is how you mark. Now same thing if I tell you, okay students, come on, mark coal mines, or maybe any, say, what can we say rice crops. Mark rice crops everywhere. So wherever there are rice crops, you will mark those states, right? That's how we do it. So thematic maps just tells you about the theme in detail. Now color shading, line patterns, and dots indicate different themes. Children, if I tell you, okay children, I want to see where camels are located, where most camels are found, so what you will do? A small picture of a camel you will mark everywhere in desert area, right? Thar desert, mostly they'll be in desert, Rajasthan. So you will draw small camels there. So that is what indication of camels. So any special character that you want to show on a map, you will call it thematic map. Okay. Now road maps. Let's study what are road maps. Now children, everybody knows what are road maps, right? Because you must, even if you don't use it or you don't drive a car, I'm sure you have gone with your parents and you've seen this. So whatever kind of map shows highways or airport roads or railways, they are your road maps. Very easy. They are also called route maps. Route maps are basically what? So if you tell me I want to go from here to, if you want to travel from your school to Juhu Beach, so you can use GPS, that is global positioning system, that is available in your cell phone devices. Now what is GPS? I'll tell you in detail. When you open Google Maps, no, that is through GPS. So GPS is a navigation tool that is used to locate the exact position. Now if you want to go to your best friend's house, and that best friend has given you an address, but sometimes we don't know the new places. Easy. What do? You just put that location on your map and you press the start button, direction button, and that map will tell you to take a right turn, straight, U-turn, no turn, reverse, everything. They tell you how you're going to go and reach that place. So now GPS is very commonly used. It is there in airplanes, it's in cars, it's in other vehicles. So GPS is everywhere. Now this is just a map of just a sample of a road map. So see, in the key, what can you see? National highway, and what is marked? Red color line. So wherever you see a red color net connected to each other throughout the country, it's called a national highway line. This is your road map. Okay. Features of a map. The title of a map tells us what kind of information is provided, correct? What did I tell you? If it's thematic map, what you will see? Crop production. If it's physical map, what will you see? Physical features of India, right? Mountains, plateaus, whatever. If it's a political map, you will be able to see states, countries, etc. So map title is very important. What type of map it will tell you. The title itself will tell you. Okay. Now, directions. Map shows 4 cardinal directions, that is north, south, east and west. We know the 4 main directions, right? North, south, east, west. Apart from these 4 directions, there are 4 more subdirections. Subdirections means what lies in between these 4 main direction is your subdirection, that is northeast, southeast, northwest and southwest. Okay. Now children, scale is also very, very important. A scale shows the relationship between the distance on a map and the distance of the earth's surface. So actually, I'll tell you something, map is not just drawn like that only. Now children, if in reality there is, for example, I'm just giving you an example. If suppose in reality there is 100-kilometer distance between one city and the other, in reality means on earth, if you actually go and measure, just an example. So say if between one city and the other city, there is 100-kilometer distance, then on the map also they will show like that only. Of course on the map they cannot show 100 kilometers drawing, but they will mark it in a way that you understand that, oh, 100 kilometers distance is really there. Okay, so that is what lies on a map also. Now, learning about the signs and symbols. To display things like roads, railways, highways, forests, rivers, schools, etc., various symbols are used. Yes, like if you want to show hospital, there is a symbol to show hospital on a map. If you know restaurants, if you see on a GPS restaurant, what they will show a fork and a spoon and a dish. So you understand that, oh, the restaurants are located here. So all these symbols are very important. Now this is just some signs and symbols. You can just take a look at these symbols. Now I'll just take out the common ones. See, bridge here. Sixth, I think sixth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth option is the bridge. See how the symbol of a bridge is there. So on a map, if you see this sign, you will understand that, oh, there is a bridge somewhere. So these are all where mountains. See the last one, mountains, brown triangle. So we know that, oh, there are mountains here. Okay. So children, this is the very easy symbol. You all can take a look and understand from it. All right. Moving further, colors. Now different colors, different landforms and water bodies on earth are shown by different colors on the map. Like for example that I told you, desert, if you want to show, they show in yellow color on a physical map. Okay. So brown is for mountains, green is for vegetation, and green is also for plains. Like, Indo-Gangetic plains that we studied in the 6th chapter. So plain means why? Because there is good production of crop, right? Because it's fertile. So it is shown in green color. Water is shown in blue color. Mountains are shown as in brown color, and yellow is for desert. This is just a small example. All right.